Since its release, Aetherdrift has been in a race to the bottom. While it looks like this set doesn't have much left in the tank, I'm thinking it might have what it takes to get gold. Let's find out by breaking into this box in this Beat the Box challenge. Boom. Aetherdrift, the most hated set of 2025 so far. What did this set do to anybody? Maybe it's the fact that it didn't do too much. It seemed to just not hit the mark for a lot, whether it was that it was cars or that the art style just didn't land. I'm not quite sure. Now, when I first opened and got into the set, I had to admit, I liked this set much more than I thought I would. And to be fair, I didn't think I'd like this set at all. So at $180 a booster box, I did preface by saying that I think that the set may have what it takes to get gold. Are the rares in the front? They are, okay. So I was saying that this set may have what it takes to get gold. And what I meant by that is at $180 a box, there is some room to play around with cracking some boxes. I mean, you may have seen some of the other videos I've done, for example, like Ixalan, Lost Caverns. If you want to do 12 loose boosters of that, that's over 400, I believe it was $480 for 12 packs. So you pick 480 versus 180. Now that's not to say that all collector booster boxes are made evenly. Aetherdrift, the art style, did not land for many people. The vehicle theme just didn't land, and playability wise, there's not anywhere near as many playable cards as we've seen in some of the other sets. Are there some? For sure. Are there some value cards in here? Yeah, definitely. But even this one right here, this foil mythic, it's relatively not valuable. It's commander, I believe it was a commander precon card. We've got the gas guzzler and the showcase artwork. Even these were very hit or miss for some folks. Now it's based off of an iconic art style. I have to remember the name. I thought this card might see some play. No, it's not. You know, like, I just don't know. Hey, there we go. We've got a borderless foil land. So this is how you can make up some value from these boosters. I believe loose boosters of this maybe going for like 15, something like that. I'll have to double check. I'll throw the price up on the screen. But yeah, 180 bucks on the sealed booster box. And that's just, it's a bit cheaper. It is a bit cheaper. And again, too, the it kind of has like a, I guess a theme too, that do I want to get excited about the flavor of it? Not really. You know, it's kind of comedy set in some ways too. There was a lot of memes baked into it. Same thing that happened with Thunder. Same thing that happened with Thunder Junction, which I've got to say I like far less than Aetherdrift. I'm not a Western fan to begin with. I like some country Western music, but I just don't like Western. It doesn't land with me, you know. I don't relate to it in many ways, other than my grandpa growing up on my dad's side. He liked country Western things, so there's a little legacy there, nostalgia there, but other than that, I don't have any ties to it. But when it comes to Aetherdrift, there at least was some unique graffiti art styles, loot, borderless. The forced, it's a hired actor, is a forced industry plant. It's the industry plant character. You keep wanting fetch to be a thing. It's not happening. We've got the Bulwark Ox, and there's our token. Are you a loot fan? We're gonna keep our box topper up there too. If this opening gets a little grim, which we have to be mindful of our expectations, because there are not many cards in here. I believe this is our token. No, token will be in the front. So here, let's take a look at our token. There are not many cards. Oh, that's a sick beast. Yeah, it's a token. Okay. There are not many cards in this set that will help you make up the value. The big prize being the serialized card, the Aether Spark, and the Aether Spark itself being one of the most valuable cards in the set. So it's pretty cool that the serialized card too was very playable. Edgar Markov being extremely playable as well, especially well, obviously it's a commander card, but it's cool that they've been doing that. They've at least been making the serialized cards relevant to being playable, and having some demand that way. It'd really stink if they like made, I don't know, an unplayable card, the serialized card. That'd just be a big miss, you know. And coming up with like Final Fantasy. Oh, Hazoret, foil mythic, strong card. The Chocobos, you know, are those going to see play? I don't know. Maybe by the time you're watching this, Final Fantasy has already been out and that question's been answered. I don't know the answer to that one yet. But while we're talking about Aetherdrift, some things that I'll say about it. Oh, it's much easier to open that way. Okay, we're gonna do it that way. I forgot the technique for our hit. Oh, cool! Another borderless foil land. We like to see that. We like to see it. So maybe you're new to Magic. Maybe you got into it with one of the Universes Beyond sets, and this is your introduction to Aetherdrift. Tell me, what do you think? What do you think? Are you happy that you weren't around for this set? Will this set age well, or will it be just forgotten? Will it be like a New Capenna? Now, I can say New Capenna has its fans, and New Capenna has an unmistakable flavor and art style. This one got a little lost in the mix. Like, it feels very Kaladesh for some reason to me. Well, Kaladesh, I guess, had vehicles, and I believe one of the planes that they raced through, besides like Amonkhet, was Kaladesh. I don't know. It's like Death Race theme. That's the theme of this. Webstrike Elite foil rare there. I think this card is kind of good. I don't know. I liked it in limited at the very least. I have a very limited mindset. Hey, Hydra. Okay, we like to see it, Hydra. This is from the Commander set too. Borderless. Rolling up here. Coming up to our hit. Crypt Caller Chariot for our second to last card. No! Not Loot. Look how sad he is. They're poking at him. Very disrespectful to my boy. Even though I said he's a paid actor. Draconauts Engineer. They didn't need to force an industry plant with Loot. We already had the Gatewatch. And if we had stuck to having... Don't get me started. I'm going to start talking about Magic lore. There's really not much to say about Aetherdrift. That's the problem. Like, I'm cracking this box here, and I know as I go through it, I can only say so many times that, like, okay, what are the main bullet points? The main bullet points are not many people resonated with the Death Race / race through the plains style theme. Vehicles are not the most loved type of card in Magic. There's not like, I don't think there's people chomping at the bit. That's a weird phrase. Why did I say that phrase? We're gonna forget I said chomping at the bit. I don't know. Just sounds like a... Anyway, it's very late while I'm recording this. Yeah, so there's not many people that resonate with the theme. There weren't too many playable cards. The cards that are playable, you know, it's just obviously much easier to buy the singles. And the characters, I don't know that were super memorable from this set. Who do we get that people, you know, really full throttle again? I think this art's hilarious. It's such a funny art. Coming up to our big hit. Okay, Demonic Junker. That's what people are calling Aetherdrift. I think also what did not do Aetherdrift any favors was the fact of the sets that were around it. Like coming off of Bloomborough being in recent memory at the time, Duskmourn, which I'm a fan of the horror sets like Innistrad. Even if you want to call Phyrexians, you know, drifting into the horror sphere, something like that. Is horror sphere a thing? I'm making up words now, probably. But yeah, it just had a tough time. And then especially with the hype of things that people knew were coming up, it just kind of sat at like a rough, weird time. I think the little race car lands are cool. Like if you have a vehicle deck, maybe that's a land you want to play, question mark? I don't know. They brought in box toppers, which was neat, and they had the finish line foil, I believe is what they called, finish line foil, with the all gold. So that was a neat kind of gimmick that they went for. The print quality on them is rough, and I don't know if people like how they, like when you look at your cards, you kind of want them to have some cohesiveness. And they stick out pretty hard. Whoa! Spectacular pile up in the showcase foil. Okay. Is this C-plate? I don't know, but the art's very pretty. I like that. It is not a refractor foil, which is something that we need to be paying attention for. Fracture foil is what I mean to say, not refractor foil. Refractors are like what you get in sports cards world. They do like different color refractors. But in Magic, they call them fracture foils. You think they did that on purpose? Now that I'm piecing that together, do you think they were trying to be kind of cute like that? I don't know. It does deal with the foil pattern that they did. They've done textured foil. They've done raised foil, which if you're a Pokemon collector, you know that full arts, which aren't always extremely valuable, but most notably the alternate art cards that they do in Pokemon, they're textured. They have raised patterns on them. Magic seems to be kind of trying to play catch up in that respect. They want, I think, to get a bite of that market of having some of the more collectible style chase to things, and recapture some of that. Universes Beyond, I think, is where they'll really continue to shine with it. Ooh, Saheeli doing Saheeli dances, I guess. Because Universes Beyond, in most instances, those unique characters will not be reprinted, and that is something that Magic is lacking, is strong identifiable characters that people want to collect. For our hit, we got the Afterburner Expert, like the original core Planeswalkers. You know, we've got those, but truly there's not characters, I think, in Magic that people are really tied to, you know, where someone's like, back in the day, before they did collector boosters and that they throttled down the number of Planeswalkers, people did try and chase all of like particular Planeswalkers, or they would try and collect like every angel card or every dragon card or every, you know, zombie, you name it. There's different tribal themes that you can do, but with the explosion of collector boosters ironically made it more difficult to collect because it introduced so many variants. I'm on record many times as saying that I used to master set in foil every set that would come out. I would trade and trade and trade to try and get close to a master set, but with the different variants, it just became almost impossible to keep up with everything. I can't even keep straight all the different names of the types of variants because they'll change from set to set. But maybe for you, it is something that you like. You like that there's the different variants and styles that you can go for. For our big hit. Oh, hey, we got the showcase. Special guest art of the Sovereign Console flagship. You can tell that it's the showcase or the special guest because number one, it says special guest at the bottom there. Which is, I guess, the pro way, or the expansion symbol, which you can see right there. Okay, let's get into our box topper here. The box topper packs themselves, I believe, sell for like $15 loose. I'll pull up right there. You can see the individual price. I'll hold. Okay, holding. Okay. So you do get one land, and then you get a finish line foil. Unique to this box, only way that you can get them. How lucky can we get? Hit. Oh, that's a rough one. Debris Beetle. All right, well, there's the finish line foil. Okay, we are really digging. What do we need? We need that. What is it? Like there's like a whenever you discard a card, I'm trying to remember its name, but it's like whenever you discard a card, it does special things. That's a valuable card in this set. There is the lotus looking thing. My brain is not braining right now. There's like they're both artifacts, and then there's the Aether Spark. Those are some. There's also the Orzhov God, that it has some value to it. We haven't pulled any of those. We're like actually whiffing on a lot. There's also an uncommon in this set. It's stock up or stockpile or stock. I should know the name of the things that I keep stock of card. Anyway, if we pull one, it's like an $8, I believe, foil uncommon. It's very strong. Oh, there we go. Aether Spark. Okay, I was just saying we're not hitting. Okay, yeah, that's a hit. Aether Spark in the foil. Okay, we really like to see that. That'll help recover some value. And Renewed Solidarity. All right, there's our commander card. I believe we still have a token. So no, did I already show the token? I must have already shown the token. I'm just lost in the sauce of talking here, monologuing through this. Maybe you're sort of, oh, see these, okay, there it is. The whenever you discard a card, I was trying to say, in the borderless. So this pack was stacked. This was a stacked pack. This is like all of our value so far probably was just in this pack. Can we really top it off? Can we top it off? No, not exactly. But hey, that was a nice one. 3 boosters left out of our Aetherdrift collector box. Second one that we've done. You should check out the other one that I did if you were interested in Aetherdrift, or you are the Aetherdrift fan. Maybe you are a contrarian. You're like, this is the best Magic set ever printed. Something else we haven't gotten yet are like the graffiti style arts, which I was a fan of, and I am a fan of those graffiti style arts. So I would love to see one of those. That would be really exciting. And getting that uncommon, that's another thing that we're not on yet. But yeah, what's also really fun is comparing and contrasting the prices of the Aetherdrift cards from when they came out at release and what you're seeing right now for these ones, because it has, there's our same foil guy, I guess. It's been rough. It's been rough for Aetherdrift. Hey, this card's got some value. At least it did. So that'll be a fun one to compare and contrast compared to the initial, it was the day of drop that I cracked the pack. Cool dinosaur, cool dinosaur. This is a really, like, you want to talk about power creep or just like what you see at mana levels, right? But yeah, spectacular pile up in the borderless. I believe we saw that card. Was that the showcase foil we had earlier? Maybe for our hit. Oh, there we go. See, I just need to say what we're missing. Okay, so we got the graffiti foil. This is the one that you want to play with. And there was a lot of speculation and hype around this card when it was spoiled and when the set first came out. People wanted to run this as their commander. I can't lie, I think this might be a fun one to play. So if you're gonna get a foil of these god cards, this one's definitely one that you want to see. With 2 booster packs left, where's my mind at with this box opening? Do I regret it? Do I wish that I had kept this one sealed? No, I actually think that this one's been a nice tour of the set. We've hit a good little sample of the different types of cards that you can get. We've got some borderless lands. We got the Aether Spark. We got the discards card, even though I just saw it, I cannot remember what its name is. We're still missing that god though, the Orzhov god, the black white. It deals like with exiling. I forget. That shows you how much I've been paying attention to constructed play. But I think it was going for like $36-40 when it first was dropped. There was a lot of speculation and how good it was going to be, and I think that people are still valuing it. Some people are trying to run it, but it's definitely not where it was at, that's for sure. And prices traditionally, with most things, they start to fall. Hey, borderless on the land. We love real estate. That's right, we like to see the real estate. How about a serialized? We haven't seen a serialized card yet. How about that? Hey, we've got a full art on the, or borderless on the Muraganda Raceway. Is that what that says? I'm not familiar with the plane or place of Muraganda. One last collector booster in this Aetherdrift. Hey, my name's Chris. I hope you've been having a fun time listening to me ramble while we look at some cardboard, shiny cardboard together. If you like to see collector booster openings, if you like to see that little price marker change, it does take a long time to edit these. To go ahead and drop a subscription. There's a reason that I'm only able to do 1 to 3 edits a week. It's because they are so time consuming. You may say, Chris, Why do you put the price for every common, every uncommon? It's because I go into this with the mindset of someone could be a new, oh, there it is, stock up. This proves my point. This is why I price out and show the price of every common and uncommon. 2 is because this card right here is more valuable than most of the rares, even the mythics that we've been seeing. This card in foil at uncommon, right? If you are newer to the game or you just don't follow the price charts as much, you have a life, you know, that could just be it. I want to make this easily accessible so that you can know what you have, or if you crack a pack, what you can kind of guess what these cards are worth. Now, one of the arguments that I see so often in these videos is people say, well, you can't actually sell it for that much. That's true. But if you wanted to buy these cards individually, as in buy singles, which is what a lot of people say on this foil mythic here, many people say obviously buy singles. Well, if you wanted to buy those singles, this is the price that you would have to pay around for them. And so it just gives you an idea of what you would like. So no harm in that, right? We've got the insect druid. This is a crazy art. I have not seen this one. I don't think that's how you say its government name. It might be. I don't know. All right. Strolling up to our last few hits of the pack, we've got our borderless right there for our last card. Hey, again, my name's Chris. Thank you so much for watching this. If you've not hit the subscribe button, I really do appreciate it if you do. Maybe for the one time we can hit this serialized card. Let's go for it. Hit. No. Repurposing bay. Let's repurpose this last hit. So there you have it. That's Aetherdrift. Clearly there is a giant discrepancy between my price memory of what things were at release versus what the current prices are now, especially with things like Monument to Endurance, that card that I kept not being able to remember the name of. Yeah, that's completely changed in price. The hits just aren't that big. The graffiti style God that I pulled, I remembered that had been a pretty valuable card. Now, like, what, a couple bucks? So I don't know, maybe there's some opportunity to find some value in here, or maybe not. I'll let you be the judge. Let me know in the comments what you think about Aetherdrift and what collector booster box you'd like to get your hands on. If you want to see more booster box action, check out one of these videos in the meantime. My name's Chris. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Until the next one, please stay safe. Much love to you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.